ladies, today's video is all about containment. So a woman has a natural need to feel protected. I talk to women all the time who say, I want to feel protected. That is why a lot of women date the bad boy, right? Because the bad boy has a sense of direction. He's persistent. He pursues her. Even though the relationship may not be great for her, the fantasy of staying in that relationship is the root of it actually is she wants to feel protected, provided for, taken care of, adored, cherished. So I want to give you this little example that I tell my clients, and that it has worked for me, of this visual, right? So if we have a visual of what we want, it's easier when we're dating or in that relationship to kind of put the pieces of the puzzle together. So I want you to think of, imagine you're out in the ocean on a ship with your partner, with your man, right? And ladies, I'm speaking to you specifically in this video. So you're out in the ocean, maybe there's a bad, wicked storm happening, and your guy says, honey, I'm gonna take care of the ship. I'll take care of us. I'm gonna steer our ship. By tomorrow morning, we will be at land. You can trust me. I've got this. A lot of our natural need, our natural reaction to that is to say, no, I'm gonna help you, or no, I'm gonna direct you. And a man really desires a woman who will trust him and respect his and honor and trust in his choices. So as a woman, if you are not trusting your man's choices, his everyday life choices, if you're annoyed at him or annoyed at his choices or don't trust that he's gonna get stuff done, you can't lean back, right? You're gonna be like wanting to control him and his actions and make sure he's on top of things and mother him in a sense. So as women, we spend a lot of our time, right? A lot of our time mothering, which is giving. In our partnerships, giving. In our work, we're giving. We're doers, we're achievers. And then when we come home at the end of the day, and in our romantic relationships, we don't know how to turn that off, or we're constantly leading with our masculine energy of wanting to take over, wanting to take control, because the root of it is usually we're not trusting that the other person will follow through or come through for us. We might not trust our partner's decisions and their decision-making skills. We might feel, in order to be loved and have a sense of self-worth, that we have to earn it and work hard. So a lot of us women are in our masculine energy, but in a more unhealthy way, and it's not helping our relationships at all. So going back to your ship is out at sea, your man says, honey, I've got this. I'm going to steer the ship and we're going to get there. Do you trust? Are you able to go in the lower cabin with the babies or by yourself and with the pets or whatever you have, whatever home you have, and fall asleep for the night and relax or read a book? So that is my soul work for you today, is to ask yourself, do I in general trust this person that I'm with? Their actions. Do their actions and their words line up? If you're in a dating relationship, maybe the person you're with, maybe their actions are not lining up with their words, or vice versa. So from the woman's perspective, it's really important for us to not pay so much attention to someone's words. And this can go for friendships, family members, it can go work for any relationship, but here I'm talking about romantic relationships. But it's important for us to watch the actions. We need to be able to trust someone, because if a woman can't trust, it's not safe for us to open, and we won't. So that we know that that is not a good partnership for us to be in. We know that maybe if we're dating, we'll choose someone else, right? So it's important, ladies, to trust yourself and to own your sovereign being, and to know what your boundaries are, to know what is a yes or a no for you, and then to find a partner, right, that you trust. Because when you trust him, you will respect him, and you can lean back. So if you imagine a flower, a rose that's growing in your garden. Imagine planting the seed of a rose in your garden. If you constantly pick up and move and plant that flower, that rose, somewhere else, and if you're moving it around your yard, and I'm looking outside, at the green grass out there, and then things are starting to bud right now, but if we're moving our garden around, it's going to not feel safe. It's going to feel, even as a seed, if I replant different plants in my house and repot them, they kind of go through a process of having to reorient themselves. So you're not going to feel safe if you have someone in your life where you don't feel safe or you don't feel protected. You're not going to open. So in a relationship that has masculine and feminine polarity, a woman needs to feel safe. She needs to trust in herself and her choices and honor that and honor her boundaries, right? And so if you imagine a rose that has those stems in it, those hard stems, that's like, you can imagine that as yourself having boundaries, right? We're keeping things away so we can grow and open. But then when she's able to open and blossom, she's this beautiful, soft flower, soft petals, this beautiful, she can open and express herself. And that's a woman's desire with a man, is to express herself, to be her wild, carefree. A woman loves when she knows that a man can hold space for her. Women, we don't want men to fix us because we're not broken. We want a man to hold our energy so we feel safe and so we can express ourselves. That's where our feminine, divine essence, power come from within. So we need to have that safety. So we need to be careful in choosing someone that we really, really trust and that we can lean into their arms and know we are safe. And from a man's perspective, they are natural providers. Think back to the caveman days. They went out and they killed the animal that they had to kill. They protected the family from the wild animals. They provided food for their family to eat. They protected their family from danger. And the woman's role was to do what felt good to her, to be nurturing, right? A woman is the essence. She's the flower. She's the smell. She's the color. She's the feeling in the relationship. And the man is he protects her. He creates the structure, the solid form. They say, a man can build a home, but a woman is the home. So for a woman to have a light, warm, playful, sensual, deep, embodied home, she needs to feel at peace with herself and within the relationship. So I love to compare the masculine, feminine energy. Like, the masculine is this cup. He's strong, and I'm not talking about muscles strong. Many people think that when we talk about masculine energy, it's about muscles. It's not that at all. Everyone has masculine and feminine energy, but in a relationship, we want to create that polarity. So a masculine, healthy man, he knows how to be the strength, right, that holds her, that holds the wild feminine energy. So sometimes a feminine woman, because we're all human and we have feelings of sadness or grief or frustration, and we want to cry, we want to express ourselves like the waters in the ocean. Sometimes we feel like a hurricane. But when we are held by the ground, right, by our foundation, by our man, and we feel safe, our waters can be calm and protected. And of course, this goes to say that women and men in a healthy relationship both love and respect one another. I'm speaking more about the energies, right? And as women, we always want to take responsibility for our behavior and how we interact with someone, because, and I'm speaking towards the healthy feminine woman, right? Having said that, right? Both people are respecting themselves and their partner, loving themselves and their partner. So overall, though, the feminine, the masculine energies, women, we want to feel like we can lean back and open. And this video is all about trusting yourself, trusting in your partner. So this is a deep dive look into, if you're dating or if you're in a relationship, of really looking at, if you are not feeling like you can open, and if you're not feeling like you're trusting your partner, you're not going to open. You're not going to feel safe. And there's nothing wrong with you. A lot of women come to me saying it's me, or they're uptight, or, they have all these things going wrong with them, quote unquote, but actually maybe the partnership is not a good fit, or maybe it is a good fit and there's just some polarity shifts that need to happen. So I always start with, and I have a course coming out on this, so stay tuned for that, to help you with this, to help give you tools and steps to actually do this and put this in place. But as a woman, it's important for us to know how to fill our soul cup, right? We're not depending on someone else to fulfill every need we have and to fill us up. That's our job. But we need to make sure we are in a stable garden, right? For you are a rose. You are your own unique, sovereign, divine, feminine essence rose. And you have your own color, your own flavor, your own style that's unique to just you. So it's important to plant yourself in a relationship, right, where you want to grow with someone. A garden needs a seed to grow, and vice versa. A seed needs a garden. So we need each other. Men and women, we need each other to grow and to flourish, right? But we as women need to make sure that we are choosing a good, safe garden that we trust. And when we mix those two things, when you trust your man, he feels ultimately respected by you and loved by you. And vice versa. When we as women know how to lean back and let him lead, and we in turn get our power back, right? Because we're not mothering him, we're not telling him what to do, we're not in the control. We can let go of that because we know he's got our back. And that's the most powerful feeling for a woman to feel loved, adored, cherished, protected, seen, heard, and for a man to feel respected and successful and like he's doing something right. He's making a family the home. He's providing for the family in whatever way, literally or spiritually, emotionally. A beautiful relationship develops. And if you're in a relationship now where you don't have that polarity, that feminine masculine polarity, maybe you're both in your masculine, you're both are butting heads, you're both are trying to control each other, trying to change each other, this can be learned, this can be shifted, because everything's energy. Everything is energy. And when you shift, people automatically, situations, jobs, money, everything in life, because everything's energy, everything shifts either with us or away from us. And if you can imagine a triangle, you're on one end, your partner's on the other end. When you start growing and learning and discovering all these things to create the polarity shift, your partner on the other end will naturally grow with you or not. But that's how it happens. And it can be a good thing because we're not controlling any outcomes. We're just embodying our feminine essence. We're being present. We're filling our soul cup up. We're trusting ourselves. We can then make choices that empower yourself, right? You can make a choice that you feel good about, you feel confident about. So I hope this video helps you. Let me know, comment, post, share with someone who needs this video, but I would love to hear your feedback on this. There's a lot more I could say, but I feel that this message is going to resonate with someone. So please let me know how this message resonates with you. I hope you got a lot out of this video. Please share it with someone who needs this, and stay tuned for my course that is coming out to help you with all that I just mentioned, to really create an amazing, powerful relationship that I know that you want, and I know that is on your heart. And I believe if something is on your heart, then it is meant for you, and you deserve it. I believe in you. Keep shining.